Novak Djokovic right now is in a class of his own. He's lifted 3 Grand Slam cups this year alone and now stands comfortably at the top of the world tennis rankings. Heavyweights like Andy Murray and Roger Federer trailing in his wake.
I'm just warming up.
His antics, both on and off the court in the early years, earned him the nickname Joker, but his career progression reveals just how serious he is about the game. It started in the early 90s when former tennis champion Jelena Jančić spotted the eager 6-year-old and invited him to take a swing. At 18, Djokovic qualified for his first major tournament, rising from the ashes of war-torn Serbia. The rest, as they say, is history. So far, his precise technique and razor-sharp focus has earned him a total of 57 career titles, 1 Olympic medal and multi-million-dollar endorsement deals. Djokovic is the man of the moment.
Do you think this is as good as it's going to get for you?
But that moment doesn't seem a fleeting one. This month on Talk Asia, we catch up with the quick-footed tennis ace as he swings through Shanghai to discuss his best season yet and his determination to stay on top.
Let's do this.
Novak Djokovic, thank you so much for joining us here on Talk Asia in Shanghai.
Thank you for having me.
And I should begin with congratulations on the China Open successful. You made it look easy.
Well, it's never easy, but it has been a terrific week, that's for sure.
What is it about China? I think the China Open, you've now haven't lost a match in 29 matches.
Yes, indeed. First time I've played actually on the Chinese soil was for the Olympic Games back in 2008 in Beijing. Won the bronze medal and had a very nice positive experience and memory from that event. Obviously, Olympic Games are something very unique and special. And every year after that, I kept on coming back and experiencing lots of support, a lot of loyal fans. They're honestly terrific. They're one of the biggest reasons why I keep playing well in China and why I keep on coming back.
Well, speaking of performing well, you are having some sort of year at the moment. Almost the calendar Grand Slam. I think it was Rafa who said that you're having one of the most memorable seasons in the history of the sport. So what are you doing differently this year?
Well, I've been trying to obviously respect the same kind of regime of training and kind of a lifestyle and dedication and professionalism to the sport that I've had over the course of the last 5-6 years. And it's been working really well. I think I just managed to reach at this time of my career and my life a peak of my abilities, mental, emotional and physical. So everything kind of came together. And so I'm a more experienced player. I know how to handle pressure on and off the court. So I approach to the tennis life very holistically. You know, I try to cover every aspect of my life and my being in order to reach that height.
Something you said there, you're reaching your peak. Do you think, though, you can still take it to another level, or do you think this is as good as it's going to get for you?
Well, I like to use one quote that the limitations exist only in our minds, and if you start using imaginations, then your possibilities become limitless. So that's kind of a mindset that I have. I use my imagination. I do see myself achieving more. I'm hoping, I'm working hard on it, not only myself, but the entire team around me.
Well, speaking of achieving more,
yes,
I want to come back to that,
sure.
The Grand Slam. So close. You won the US, you won Wimbledon, you won Australia, and you're in the final at France. Didn't win. How big an impact does that have on an athlete like yourself when there is this huge triumph to be had? Because there's only one person who's ever done the calendar Grand Slam. I just wonder, what sort of impact did it have not getting there?
Well, I'm not the only player that has been a match away from reaching that calendar slam. Roger, Rafa have been very close as well, and to be part of the era with these two guys obviously helped me to become the player and the person I am today. You know, I've had big matches in my life where I've won and where I lost, and I think I've learned mostly from the matches where I lost, especially the one this year against Wawrinka in the finals of French Open, where you know, I was expected to win. I was a heavy favorite, and I was not playing Nadal in the French Open finals nor Federer. And all of a sudden, you know, I felt kind of a burden and lots of pressure. But again, Wawrinka performed very well, and he deserved to win that match.
And do you have a philosophical approach to that loss? Sort of thing, yeah?
Look, you know, it's disappointing, and after, especially when it was still fresh, you know, days after or a week after, you're still thinking about it, unwinding and trying to understand what you did wrong. But, you know, the tennis, in a way, it's great that we have Grand Slam, Wimbledon right behind the corner. So we have to reset our mind and focus on another slam and just forget about what happened. So managing to win Wimbledon 3 weeks later helped me to overcome that burden and move on and have the season that I'm experiencing now.
I want to ask you about something that's been written about quite a lot recently. You've been described as obviously a winner, a man with a great sense of humour, a man who's very respectful to his opponents, yet you haven't found your way into the hearts of a lot of fans. One writer said that you generate awe but not love with fans. Does that bother you?
You know what? Everybody's different. So you know, obviously I'm on the court to, first of all, enjoy what I do, to be who I am, and to make the hard work and all the years in my childhood pay off and do my job and win the tennis match. Obviously within the respect and dignity and, you know, and honor towards the sport itself, towards the opponents and everybody else. And now if somebody likes that or not, it's completely out of my hand. What I can do is be who I am, and of course be respectful, and I show a lot of emotions. Sometimes I'm not proud of the negative emotions that I show on the court, but you know, that's who I am, and you know, obviously everybody is different, so it's completely up to people to choose who their favorite player is, who they want to support. I'm obviously respecting everybody's choice, but I enjoy playing in the atmospheres like US Open final this year. You know, it was.
That's a good example. Do you feed off the crowd? If they were obviously supporting Roger Federer in that particular match, does that?
Deservedly so, because Roger is somebody that has been around for so many years, and he's arguably the best player in the history of the game, most successful one, that's for sure. And he's made so much success, but it's not only about success, it's about how he carries himself on and off the court. And he's a very likable guy, and people respect that. So, of course, deservedly he had majority of the support there, and I have to earn it. I have to play many more years and to show myself as a good player and a good person. And then, you know, let's see where it takes me. But when I'm playing Roger, I guess that's what I have to expect.
Ready when you are, sir.
Oh, you're all right. Okay, so you're making a statement. You're standing on the line.